Hello there.
Welcome back, my friend.
Hello, what have we here?
Jedi, we've been expecting you.
Knew I could count on you.
Hello.
Welcome to the rebellion.
What fun!
Hey everyone, Hybrid here with a interesting little discussion video. So I did a video about this time last year talking about starting a budget-friendly Black Series collection, and I think this is something I'd like to make into an annual series where we mostly just talk about some of the cheaper figures that are available at the time. So some figures might be familiar from last year's video. I did not rewatch it in preparation for this to see what my last year's list was. But I gave myself the topic. Let's say someone is not a Black Series collector but would like to be, and they need to pick 10 figures that are incredibly budget friendly. Some of the better clearance choices. What should they pick? So I scrolled through Amazon and I picked 10 figures that are on deep discount. And these are just available from Amazon. You can go on there, you can buy them right now for this price. Maybe you're completing a collection, maybe you're thinking about getting into collecting and you've kind of just been vicariously living through some toy reviews. A lot of people do that. So this would be a good way for someone that either doesn't have many figures or doesn't have any figures to pick up a bunch of figures for a relatively inexpensive total. So no particular order here. Let's just start running through what I found. A very impressive figure right here is Ahsoka Tano as she appears in The Mandalorian for $9.99. That is insane. I think this Ahsoka figure is genuinely amazing. She has some phenomenal articulation. I would argue she's one of the better figures in the line. She has a really good photoreal Rosario Dawson likeness. Now, for $5 more, you could pick up the Peridia Ahsoka in the white outfit, but I wanted to go the cheap route, and I didn't want to put two Ahsokas on the list, so I picked the cheaper one. That one for $15 is a slightly upgraded figure and the more definitive at this point Ahsoka costume. But this one is really nice. She appeared in a lot of things, Mandalorian, Book of Boba Fett, the first half of her own show, wearing this outfit. She articulates well, and again, just a nice likeness. Really, really good figure. One I would recommend very much. Moving on, I suggest Grand Admiral Thrawn from the Ahsoka series. He's currently $13.99. This would be a case of getting a really good figure of a villain that is going to be relevant for the next, theoretically, couple of years, potentially. I don't know what the story has to tell, but we have Ahsoka Season 2 coming out. I can't imagine they're going to beat Thrawn once and for all. I imagine he's going to be a little bit of a looming threat for a while. If they could keep Moff Gideon around for 3 seasons, I don't think Thrawn's going to be a one-hit wonder. So this potentially might be a figure that's just exciting because he's going to be very relevant. And at $13.99, he has good articulation, great articulation, truthfully, for an officer type. He has a great likeness and is just a really good figure all in all. Moving on to the third pick, I picked Cassian Andor. This is his outfit from the ending of the Andor series. He's wearing it in the very beginning of Rogue One. It's $14 on Amazon right now. If you are an Andor fan, which I am not, but I acknowledge I'm in a minority there, this would be a really fun figure to have. This is the best Diego Luna likeness the line has offered so far. And, it's definitely a case of just dude in a jacket, which a lot of Star Wars characters are, but a lot of Star Wars characters are also popular, so that's not necessarily a bad thing. I know people critique it like that. But, for $14, I think it's a really good figure. I have it. It has good articulation. I don't have anything bad to say. My fourth choice, this one is not as much of a clearance one, it's still significantly down, is the Emperor, the archive version. He's $15.89. And this is a really good figure considering he's dated all the way back to like the 2014 Blue Line era, but he has some good articulation for that time. The double pin knees are covered by the soft goods cloak, so you would never notice. He comes with his cane, good photoreal likeness if I hadn't mentioned that. For $15, I think having the ultimate villain of the series is not a bad pickup. I think the Emperor should be on anyone's shelf. Moving along, This one, you either hate the character or you like her. I don't get why anyone would, but I picked Reva from the Kenobi series, the third sister. She is $11.99, which is a great clearance price here. This figure has good articulation, a great photoreal likeness. She comes with some awesome accessories. She comes with her double-bladed lightsaber, and then 2 separate versions of her saber split in half. So there's 4 total blades here. You could totally fake one out and give it to the Emperor if you wanted to give him a lightsaber, if you went through and picked this entire list up. Just a really, really fun figure. Great to pose. It's one of those things where, like or hate the character, the action figure was done very well. So it's a good figure, and for $11.99, honestly, it's a good pickup. Up next, I have Saw Gerrera. He is a deluxe figure, but he is all the way down to $9.40, which is absolutely bonkers. And I'm a little bit thrown by that, but he has a great likeness. He comes with some great accessories. He has some very cool, unique sculpting with all of the tubes and his mask and his prosthetic foot. You're not going to get him into, you could articulate him in crazy dynamic poses. Saw does not really get into crazy dynamic poses in this outfit and from Rogue One, but this guy definitely has aura. He has shelf presence, and I think picking up Saw Gerrera for your collection would not be a bad thing, especially for $9.40. Come on, guys, that's a steal. Now, this next figure is a little bit of a rule of cool, so he's a little bit more expensive. He's not as cheap a deal, but I have Cad Bane from the Bad Batch. He was an Amazon exclusive. He was originally like $27 so he's $17.53 right now. He's the most expensive figure I put on this list. It's a really good discount for a really cool figure. If you watch my figure ranking videos, you would know that Cad Bane ended up being my favorite figure of the entire Bad Batch Black Series subcategory. He articulates amazingly. He has an awesome likeness. Just really, really fun to pose. I think for $17, you're really robbing them here. That's a really good price for a really good figure. Up next is Dagan Gera. He's $14, and this is, of course, the single-packed, one-armed version. Does not have the Force Ghost arm from the 2-pack from the end of the game, or the end of his time in the game, that is. But he, this is a really good figure. This is one of those figures where he has some great shelf presence with those High Republic Jedi robes, a lot of tans, a lot of golds. He has a great likeness. He has that double-bladed lightsaber that you can take apart for when you want to have him have the single-bladed version. Just a really, really fun figure. I really like this guy a lot. Really good figure, really good articulation. I just have nothing bad to say here. He's a legendary one. The 9th figure I picked is Migs Mayfield. So he's $9.99 on Amazon right now, and he's generally a great figure. I really love the likeness on him. He comes with 4 or 5 pistols for all those holsters he has, and he has his backpack with the arms that shoot blasters behind him, and then he can hold a pistol in each hand. He's definitely a rule of cool type of figure. It's something where he's fun to pose, and great likeness, and generally a good figure. I mean, I really don't have anything bad to say here. He's just really, really cool. If you're into The Mandalorian, you probably like Migs Mayfield. And I like this figure a lot. And then the 10th figure I picked is Cobb Vanth. Now, he was a deluxe figure, so originally $32. He's on sale for $16.99 on Amazon right now. This guy is so stinking cool. That Timothy Olyphant likeness is superb. He, of course, is wearing Boba Fett's scavenged armor, so you can hide that beautiful face under a Boba Fett helmet if you like. He has a jetpack, he has his rifle, he has his pistol, and he just has superb articulation. This is just a really, really well done action figure. I love everything going on about it. He is just super, super cool. Just like Cad Bane, rule of cool here. Hence why he and Bane are the 2 most expensive figures on this list. Of course, Cobb Vanth being a deluxe figure means even though he's a little more expensive than the others, he was a higher value to begin with, so it's still objectively, percentage-wise, a good discount. So, all in all, these 10 figures, I think, offer a bit of a variety. There's a lot of new media here. The new media stuff, hasn't performed well. We were really bombarded with it, so a bunch of figures have ended up being repacked over and over and ended up, just overproduced and fairly cheap. But, again, We have Ahsoka, Grand Admiral Thrawn, Cassian Andor, the Emperor, Reva, Saw Gerrera, Cad Bane, Dagan Gera, Migs Mayfeld, and Cobb Vanth. All of them are significantly under retail, and the majority of them are 50% off. And all in all, the grand total, if you put them in your Amazon cart right now before tax or shipping, is $133.77, which is absolutely insanely cheap. Really cannot believe that you can get these 10 excellent action figures for such a cheap price. Mind you, $133.77 would buy you, after tax, not even 5 brand new figures right now. So if you are new to collecting the Black Series, if you would like to pick up a bunch of really good action figures in a budget-friendly way, you know, $133, you can do pretty good there. Most people have Amazon Prime. Tax isn't going to be a whole lot. I bet you could have these for $140 after your tax and stuff if you have Prime with the free shipping. Honestly, Amazon has a minimum too for free shipping. I don't know what it is anymore because I've had Prime, but it was always like $40 or $50, you know, and it would ship for free anyway. So I think you would get the free shipping no matter what at this point. So anyway, just a fun topic, just trying to steer more people into the wonderful world of collecting. You know, what do you think? Are these figures ones that you would recommend someone to pick up on the cheap just to get into it? Am I completely missing here? Let me know in the comments below. Keep it cool. Remember, we are just talking about action figures. But that said, I'm going to dip. So thank you for hanging out with me. Keep an eye out for the next video. There's always going to be one every day. May the Force be with you, and I will catch you next time. Bye.